Hi, it's Alexandra here from the Middlesize Garden, and I'm here at Leeds Castle with Matt Jackson, who's going to tell us how to find out if your trees are healthy.
Hello, I'm Matt Jackson. I'm a gardener, but now I work as a consultant, and much of what I do is to either help people with established gardens to work out how to maintain them, give them advice. That may be from the small domestic owner to the country estate, like here at Leeds Castle. So if you have trees in your garden, it is important to know whether they're healthy, whether they've got good vitality, but also it's important to know if they're safe. You have to keep your own self safe. You also have to make sure that anyone neighbouring your property is safe. It's actually a legal thing. When you have an expert arborist come in, they have maybe one opportunity to see the tree, so they're looking at some quite complex signs. But as a homeowner who isn't an arborist, you have the the wonderful opportunity to observe the tree throughout the season. So you might have noticed in the summer that the crown, by that I mean all of the foliage, is a little bit thinner than it used to be. Perhaps it dropped all of its leaves a little early. You may notice that sections of the tree are completely dead and other bits are alive. So that indicates that there's something going on. It may just be that it's had a bad, dry season, but it could be something else. So in the winter, well, certainly when autumn comes along, that's when funguses first start showing themselves, and a fungus is quite often a real indicator as to what's going on inside the tree. You also would perhaps be looking throughout the winter for holes and cracks and splits, or little things that look like bleeding oozes up in the tree and branches, and they can all indicate that there's a problem. So sometimes it can be quite tricky to know if a tree is truly alive or truly dead, particularly in the winter. You may have your suspicions one way or the other. There is a very simple test that is always accurate, and it's the defining one. I can use a knife, you can use the back or the front, and you just scrape it along the surface like this and see what it looks like underneath. Now under there it's kind of quite yellowish and it looks quite fresh. We'll move a little further up and just see how it is up here. Again, it's the same sort of finish. And this is how many twigs look in the winter, so it can be quite difficult to know if that is a live twig or not. And you can very simply, without doing any harm really to the tree, just rub your knife along, and it's quite obvious from that there's no life in there at all when you compare it to a section next to it.
Why not subscribe to the Middlesize Garden YouTube channel for real tips from real gardens to make your garden look really gorgeous? And I'm sure it looks gorgeous already, but it's always lovely to have ideas from someone else. See you then, I hope.